help you, sir? Can I help you, sir?
I kind of want something other to eat.
Well, what would you like?
You got any biscuits for sale in there?
Well, no, this here's a Frosty Cream. We don't serve biscuits. We got a lot of other stuff, though.
What you got in there is good to eat.
Well, we got Big Cheap Burgers, Bongo Burgers, Footlongs, Corny Dogs, Frosty Shakes, Creamy Bars. Did you want me to go through the whole list?
Reckon what you like to eat in there?
Well, the French fries are pretty good.
French fried potatoes?
Yep, French fries.
How much you want for them?
Well, they're 60 for the medium and 75 for large.
I reckon I'll have me some of the bacon.
All right, then one large French fries.
Give me some more of them French fried potatoes and maybe some of that potted meat. I reckon let's go. I told you both of us are tired today, so there would be some wrong buttons pushed. Just get it.
Usually it's just me. I even took a nap today and I'm still tired. I'm just old.
I wish I had a nap, man. Welcome everyone. I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic son, Marcus, also known as Circumstances, and we're here every Wednesday to bring you the new Comic Book Day Wednesday live stream, and it is brought to you by the Alternative City Shop.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
Is it fair to say Billy Bob Thornton's one of the great actors of our time?
He's definitely memorable.
He's got
that character.
Think about it. Think about his catalog. He has so many different characters with such a wide range, like Slingblade. That is so unlike so many of the other characters that he played. It's such a classic character of all time. Yeah. I was thinking about it as you played that clip. I was like, man, Billy Bob Thornton, he's one of the best of our time. And on top of that, I'll never forget when he was dating Angelina Jolie and they gave this interview and Angelina Jolie was all over his ass. I was like, what magic does this motherfucker have, and how can I get me some?
He was the god of love himself.
Man, she was all over him, dude. I was like, bro, give me some of that.
He's talking to the reporter afterwards, like, yeah, we just had sex in the limo. Like,
yeah, that's the life I'm trying to live. Sign me up. You know how I do it.
I do know how you do
have it if she wants it.
Yeah.
We got the homie.
You notice how you had the I just noticed that clip he had like a bald spot shaved in the back of his head.
Such a great character.
I know.
I was thinking I gotta rewatch that movie. It's been a long time.
Absolutely. Who we got?
We got the homie Perry Gaiman in the house. What up to my brother Perry? Check out his gaming channel as well as Perry Comics, his channel where he pretends to watch movies for the first time, as well as his comic book channel, Comic Lore, which has been in hiatus lately, but there's a lot of great stuff over there. So check out Perry. He's all over the place. They call him 140 because he has 140,000 subscribers on his Perry Comics channel. So check out the homie. He's doing it big time. We got Space Case Collectible in the house. What up, Space Case? Appreciate you joining us as always. We have Larry Love in here for some tea time, also known as...
What's up, Larry Love, the man that plays the hits on the FM dial.
We got the lovely Miss Janet is here tonight, so I think we're going to be okay, guys. Everything's going to be fine. We got my Discord, another one of my Discord brothers, 90 Miles from Comics, is here with the Hold Me Now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. You know that song is back as a hit, that Creed song, because of it's gained new life in 2025, which is kind of crazy. We got my flavored whiskey brother 80s guy is here as always. We appreciate you so much, 80 guys, one of our regulars. Thanks for coming through as always. And do we got anybody else in here? Perry Comics came in here, and he's representing multiple channels here, Perry Comics and Comic Lore. So he's showing it off for you. We got End of Zed in the house, the homie.
Hey, what's up?
I got his
Eddie.
Got his Kickstarter in recently, man, and the book, I don't know where I put it, but the book feels so good, you know? Such a high quality book, man.
Yeah,
really excited to get that in. But shout out to the homie End of Zed. Thank you so much for joining us.
She stopped by. She's talking about going to the store to get some buttons.
Jenny, what's up, Jenny? Thanks for coming through. Good to see you, homie. And that's all we got for now. So what's going on with you? Did we get our books?
Oh, did we ever? Oh, it's Comics Lore. This one is Comics Lore.
Yeah, that's still Lore. Perry.
That's
Perry.
Right. I forget so many.
Remember, it's Perry Comics, Perry Gaming, Comic Lore. Those are all three Perry.
God. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Eddie. Yes, I did pick up my comics, even though it was snowing in Olympia today, which is a big deal because we don't get a whole lot of snow up here with all our hills and dales and valleys and winding roads and shit. You only got 2 snow plows in the whole county. So I was kind of worried at first, but it wasn't so bad. It was just most of it melted all the way. Yeah, so I did stop by and pick all that stuff up. But first I want to talk about have you seen the Fantastic Four trailer?
Well, hold on. Before we do that, I just want to say, fuck you, Perry. I have a beautiful voice.
Oh my God.
And how dare you suggest otherwise? And also, Jenny says she's 100% t-shirt person. Get you a Bunny Assassin t-shirt. You will not regret it.
We're big on Bunny
t-shirt. I love my shirt. I need to get me some more in different colors. But yeah, I did see the trailer. I'm excited that it's based in the 60s. And I have hopes. It is not set in our MCU. It is in another universe. But if you look in the trailer, you see that he's doing an equation for multiverse travel, which was interesting. Sue Storm at the premiere was wearing that black and blue dress, and oof, she looked oh so good in it. I love Joseph Quinn, who's playing Johnny Storm. Great actor. He played Eddie in Stranger Things, which I absolutely loved him in Stranger Things. He was so much fun. At the end of Stranger Things, there was 2 characters. When we were waiting for the last episodes, there's 2 characters. I was like, they better not kill Eddie, and they better not kill Max. And of course, Eddie got and Max got jacked up. I was like, of course, the 2 people I would have cared. Anybody else could have got. I just wanted those 2 to survive. But great character, absolutely loved him. I watched Gladiator 2 recently, and I thought the movie was terrible. Honestly, it was a very poorly written movie that didn't make a lot of sense. Especially the final scene made no sense. But Joseph Quinn as one of the emperors was really good. He's great, dog. I love that actor. But yeah, I'm excited about Fantastic Four. Long answer there, but what do you think?
Oh, good answer. Yeah, it made me misty. It was so good, man, because this is how I would have done it. I say, if I would make a Fantastic Four movie, I would make it in the past. I would make it, in 1961 when Stan and Jack created it. And because they don't translate well into a present day, at least not the first few years. You know what I mean? I mean, that I think that that trailer, man, I watched it over and over again. I was like, this is fantastic. No pun intended, but this is just the best thing I've seen. The Superman trailer was great. This to me, it was stunning. I mean, I just, the look of it, the design of it, I can't wait to see this, man. This is just the way the FF should be created, should be portrayed, I should say. And I hope that even if they don't bring them into the proper MCU, I will be happy to see what happens with this, with the shadow of Galactus looming over the city and everything.
Not a cloud this time, which is super. People are excited. He's not a cloud this time.
Oh, that was so stupid. I can only hope that Dr. Doom would be a man wearing a armor with a green tunic as well, not some freaking metal, whatever the hell that was, you know. So this is the best incarnation of the Fantastic Four I've ever seen, and I look forward to it. It can't be bad. The guy playing the Thing is from what's the show that I love, The Bear, and he's completely different characters. On The Bear, he's just this total jerk. You know, I mean, Ben could be a jerk too, but it's a different kind of a guy. You know, he's almost a sympathetic guy because he can say, I was the best looking pilot too. You know, and he just turns into this rock monster. You know, the irony of it all. So much pathos is put into that in the books that was portrayed so well in the past. So yeah, real long answer. I'm super excited. I'm probably going to go see that when it comes out. And you know, I don't go to see movies.
Wow, you're gonna actually leave the house?
I will leave the house.
Yeah, I love that it's set in the 60s, and I love that it's got the space race, you know, element to it. That should be fun.
Got to have that, the nuclear family and all that jazz, man. Oh, this is just gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Perry says he hopes it's fantastic.
Me too.
Get it? Because it's the Fantastic Four. He's so annoying with that. End of Said is asking for my Super Bowl prediction. I'm scared because it feels like we're due to lose. We've won so many one-score games in a row. It really feels like we're due to lose. But if I'm honest, I think the AFC was just playing better than the NFC this year. I think we're just playing a better team with a better quarterback than the Eagles. I think we stacked the box. We forced Saquon Barkley to get shut down and force Jalen Hurts to beat us. And I don't think that Jalen Hurts can beat us. So my prediction, 30-17.
Wow.
I think we finally get a game where I can breathe and relax a little bit. Yeah, but it won't be the case. It'll be another
wild card. Barkley, I mean, the Bears, I heard the Bears were so close to signing Barkley. It would have been a whole different season for everybody if that had happened. The Bears wouldn't have won anything, but Eagles might have.
They might have. Think about what he does for a quarterback in terms of you have to come up and stack the box and stop him, and that's going to open up the passing game. And that's what he might do to us. You know, Jalen Hurts has not been a great passer all year. He's been one of the worst passers in the league. Really, I think they're a bottom 5 passing offense all year. I think it's the first time. I think there was only one other team I saw that's ever made it to the Super Bowl being a bottom half passing offense. It was one of the Dolphins teams, but it's very rare that a team that doesn't pass that well makes it. But he does have Devontae Smith. He does have A.J. Brown. He does have Dallas Goedert. He has great players that could do some things. So it's probably going to be a one-score game. I'm probably going to get my butt clenched the whole game again. But fingers crossed, we get that repeat, baby.
Three-peat.
The three-peat.
Yeah, so, Pat Riley.
I'm betting so far. I'm capping the game. The Chiefs are favored by -1.5. I'm probably going to take that spread -1.5. And the other prop that I'm thinking is Saquon Barkley under on rushing yards. I think that we stop him.
If you stop
because the Russian prop's going to be 100+. So yeah, I predict that Spagnuolo is able to shut down their offense enough to make Jalen pass.
Yeah. Jalen can run a little bit too, but if you shut down the run, then that's it. I mean, then you guys are definitely the best. There's no arguing. Those Eagles
31-3 Eagles, get the fuck out of here, dude.
I know you hate him. I know you hate him, these guys, but
Eddie's guy is smoking or something. He's drunk. I don't know, but come on, bro. That's ridiculous.
That happens, man. Oh, I'll leave my hat and yours.
That would break my heart, dude. That would be devastating. Oh my God, that would suck. That would suck like the Buccaneers game, because you remember when we played Tom Brady, they kicked our ass. That game was so not fun, man. I do not want another Super Bowl like that.
Oh, I almost forgot that one.
Oh,
that
they
was
kicked our ass, dude. We couldn't do nothing.
was Mahomes in it that year? Was
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
it was Mahomes. Yeah.
I wanted that game because we beat Brady, but when the playoffs, even when he was the Patriots, he always beat Mahomes in the playoffs, always. And so I really wanted Mahomes to get that one for the legacy arguments.
Yeah.
To be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different guy now. It's a whole different area. Most of these games are pretty close and most low scoring. I think when we get a big scoring Super Bowl, it's a big deal. Everybody's happy then, especially the fans that love the
80s guy, tell me you're smoking crack tonight without telling me you're smoking crack.
Yeah, 4 interceptions.
All right, that's what that is. Just tell me that you were fucking high as a kite on some major drugs without specifically telling me.
I don't think I don't know, Justin Fields is playing for the Chiefs this week, so it'll be a little bit better than that. No disrespect.
80 drinking game for you, 80s guy. Take a shot every single time they show Taylor Swift. Take a shot.
That's the thing. How many times is there any betting as far as on your what do they call it, the odds thing that you guys use as far as how many Taylor Swift's cutaways are going to show?
I did not see that, but I did see a bet. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift? I think it was -200 no, like +300 yes.
Well,
I'll say no. He's not going to propose to her at a Super Bowl game.
No, so. I mean, it's all that kind of stuff is so performative anyway, man. It's just like, the guys get turned down. It's like, oh, you didn't rehearse this? I mean, you didn't just like,
that would be so cheesy. I would hate it if you did that. I would absolutely hate it.
Oh yeah, they already hate him anyway, so I don't think they'll do that.
They do. This hate is real.
It is. I don't know why, but
it don't matter who you are. Some people are gonna like you, some people are gonna hate you. If you watched FOC and Chill last night, I let off a bit of a rant. I was telling Lorenzo, he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I played it up a little bit. The people love the drama.
It's a little WWE in there, perhaps.
I did play it up a little bit, for sure.
Okay, all right, it's all good then. What's this? I can't remember any team, a Super Bowl that the majority of the people want them to lose in the Chiefs. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe the Cowboys. The Cowboys are very hated as well. So maybe.
Yeah, I don't know that people. It does seem like a large number of people really would hate it if the Chiefs won. I think the world's against us this time.
Yeah,
I love
the hell with them though. Okay, I don't know. Perry and Janet, I don't know how they can, but some people just hate to see anything happy. They hate to see even a little animal happy. What's my phone doing here? Getting some kind of.
That's just the nature of our world, right? Like Abraham Lincoln said it. You can't please all of the people all the time. You got to accept it. Like, how do people hate me? I'm so cool, man. I don't understand it. How's it even possible that people don't like me? Over my head.
Such a fun living guy. Yep. So, that's it. Oh, and by the way, last thing, we have a guest tonight. Alan Wu is coming in soon to talk about his book that he's self-published, and he's got a Kickstarter going now, and it's a lovely book. He has sent me a couple of copies of it. It's our anniversary of you and me this week. This is February 2nd is our 3rd anniversary. So,
Wow, 3 years. That's
3
crazy.
Years, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. Yeah, so we're also inching toward 2,000 subscribers. So we're almost there. We've been inching there since sometime middle of June. We might be there. I don't know, but I think we have a little giveaway or something for the anniversary and the 2,000 subscribers thing going on at some point.
Very cool, man. Wow, congratulations on that.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the thumbs down button. They don't show the thumbs down button anymore. Yeah.
Well, you can see it on your page, but the public can't see it. I have someone who dislikes every single one of my videos. I think I know who it is too.
Really? It doesn't show you who did it though, right? It just shows you.
No, you can't
Oh,
see who
okay.
it is. You can
You
just
can't
see.
retaliate.
Yeah.
There'd be no retaliation. All right.
Yes, Janet, not you and not your anniversary.
No.
It's our 3-year anniversary. You guys are way more than 3 years.
way more. All right, so let me see what we got in the old bag. Not a whole lot, because I guess the books were a little bit late coming in, and my guy's working by himself. He couldn't get them all out, but I did get some stuff from last week, so I got about 7 books. Next week I got like this ginormous. Last couple of unboxings have been like, like just the way I like them. Not too many. For some reason, everything came due this week, and the next shipment that just shipped today is ginormous of pre-ordered books and stuff I ordered between the pre-orders. I think there was a delay, maybe that there was like some shipping delays, so some stuff that should have shipped didn't ship until later. But it's gonna be like a crazy amount of books coming. So it's gonna be like a 20-minute unboxing video if I decide to do one. But a ton of books coming in.
Sounds like one of them good problems.
I know, right? First world problems, big time. It is almost 22 years for us. Yeah, man, coming up on 22. Yep.
Yeah, where was I 22 years ago? Jeez.
Running wild in college.
2003. Yeah, I was at Emporia State University. It's true. I had just graduated college, but I went back because I thought I wanted to be a teacher.
Wow. What changed your mind? Teaching.
Family stuff. I needed to go home for family stuff. So yeah.
Okay. It was like the endless, thankless job that doesn't pay well that is teaching, and God bless those who do teach. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sometimes I wonder, what if I had kept going? Yeah.
Imagine having you as a teacher. That'd be so awesome. Mr. Circumstances, is this right?
Thanks 80s guy. I appreciate that, brother.
He's right up your alley. We watched this show called what is it called? High School Teacher or something like that. It comes on Hulu. It's hilarious, man. It's about teaching. Abbott Elementary is good too. It's kind of sanitized and for mainstream. But this is
I hear that's a great show though. I've never watched. I don't watch network television. I'm too snooty for it. But
yeah. Abbott is good. It's good for a mainstream thing. I don't watch network stuff either. But Quinta Brunson is doing a good job, not making it too watered down, but she still made it edgy enough to be kind of funny, but not being too just blah. But English Teacher is the shit. English Teacher is like shows the real deal, and then they have the administrators just like just panicking all the time and worried about everything, and the teachers don't make a lot of money, and it's just a really, really funny show. If you get a chance to watch English Teacher, yeah, it's a half-hour show. This gay English teacher is just trying to make his way in this world of that doesn't treat teachers very well at all. So if you get a chance to check that out.
We got a couple more sneaking in. We've got Chris, aka Chaos in Comics, our favorite hobo, who is
chaos.
Yes.
Made a life of riding the rails, apparently. What up, Chris? We miss you in Discord, brother. Thanks for coming through. And we've also got the AI channel, Synthetic Panels, who's been dropping some interesting stuff, taking a look at the community. Definitely check out Synthetic Panels.
Welcome.
What up, homie? Thanks for coming through.
The Grassy Junior High. Oh, that brings back memories right there. Yeah. And he is a teacher. Yeah, I guess so. I guess, yeah, it's an unpaid teacher. Yeah. That's awesome.
I get paid in hugs and kisses. I'll take it.
Aw, that's awesome. All right, what do we got? First thing is Superman Ultimate, that is, or I keep getting those two mixed up because they're pretty much the same thing. Absolute Superman. All caught up on this. This
I need to read this one. That's the only one I haven't read yet.
It's pretty good. I mean, they're all very good. I'm not caught. I've got one more Absolute Batman to read before I'm caught up on that, but I'm all caught up on all the rest of them, and they're going in a great direction. I mean, it's very, very different, kind of the same, but very different.
Oh, another one of the Discord homies, Benny Compton, is in the house. What up, Benny, baby?
In the house.
Thanks for coming through and joining us. Straight out of Compton.
Out of Compton. The brother will smother your mother. All right. So Batman, last one. I'm not going to be getting any more. I don't know about you. I may.
You're not going to stick around for the Hush stuff? Yeah.
I mean, I canceled it today in the shop, so I don't think I will. I might get the first issue or something like that. You know, I'm sure this run here coming up will be the one that will have all the great first appearances and all the great stuff in it. But whatever.
I've been pulling Batman since I have 100 on. Actually, I have all the way back to 86, and there's not a lot of keys. And the keys that are not that, like Punchline's not even that big of a key anymore. Remember Miracle Molly? Nobody cares about that anymore.
Now, until
Ghostmaker, nobody cares about Ghostmaker. Like there's all kinds of irrelevant keys in this run.
Irrelevant now, but you know how stuff is. All of a sudden, boom! It's on the radar again. Once some big actor portrays them in some production or something, but they exist.
Fail-safe key.
You hate fail-safe, but fail-safe is going to be fail-safe ain't going nowhere. Fail-safe is
I've said it before. I just hate the whole concept that Batman's such a badass that the only person that can take him on is himself. Like, it's so boring.
It's a dangerous man.
So boring.
Sword doesn't like Absolute Batman. I mean,
I'm gonna keep pulling it, Source, but I agree with you. I love Scott Snyder. I really do love Scott Snyder, but I'm not feeling that one, man. I'm not feeling it at all.
Really, not at all.
Well, I shouldn't say not at all, but I'm not feeling it really.
I don't like the way they're kind of lagging on his full origin story, but other than that, I'm okay with it. I like the fact that Batman and all the villains they all know each other, kind of, in their secret identities. So we'll see what kind of because that doesn't happen in the mainstream universe. See what happens with that. I think it might work. We'll see. The Sacrificers is at number 14 already. I'm about almost 6 books behind on. I got to catch up on this. This is a very good story from Rick Remender from the Giant Generator imprint on Image.
Rick Remender's out here doing it, man. He's killing it.
Yes, he is. String. I was so close to reading String number 2 last night, but I forgot about it and read something else, and I was up till 4 o'clock. That's why I'm tired now. But String is a good series about this woman who can see connections between people who have committed murders or who are sexually involved with each other. It's interesting.
Man, I hope you're wrong when it comes about Tynan when it comes to the Deviant Chaos, because the final issue of the Deviant is coming out the final new comic book day of this month, and it's the last issue, and I really need him to nail it. I really need him to stick the landing on this book.
Chaos coming here, sowing chaos is like his name. I come and I sow chaos and I leave. You're welcome. All right. Good for you. I hope you're wrong, though.
Me too.
Mark Spears Monsters number 3. Number 3. This is right now. The shine is still on this thing, and I love his work. I think his work will remain popular. It'll probably come down in price for the number 1s. As we go through the series. This is number 3. This is probably much more available now, so these probably won't go for a lot more, but the quality of the work is definitely there.
That's a great cover.
This is a great cover, isn't it? I love his. I mean, he's doing other stuff like the silver birds, whatever it is.
Silverhawks.
Yeah, silverfish. Oh, God, exterminator. And that's okay. I mean, the covers, I should say. I haven't read the book. I got so many Mark Spears books coming in at my comic shop order. I'm embarrassed. But I'm only paying cover price for them, so I'm not like some of the folks out there paying like hundreds of dollars for them, so I feel a little bit better about that. A little bit better. And another penultimate book from 2 weeks ago, I want to say, Robot Todd from Farrell Dalrymple. So,
easy for you to say.
Sometimes. Frank was saying how he's been to the shop, and we used to have this little 1-day show in Olympia pre-COVID in the before times, and he was a guest at one of those shows. And he's still cool with the owners of the shop and everything. So he's seemed like a pretty cool dude. And I'm gonna see if I can maybe get him on the show at some point. See if he's got some time to spare us an hour or 30 minutes of his time to hang out with us and talk. Him and his partner both draw, as he mentioned in that video that we showed. So this artwork is really trippy, and I love it. Very cool.
We got Mojo88 sneaking in. What up, Mojo? Thanks for coming through.
Mojo, what's up, buddy? Got his mojo working. All right, and the last thing from the shop is the Book of Cutter. That was probably last week. Didn't get it because they were late again last week.
Yeah, that's
coming out.
Week.
Yeah, have you read this yet, or did you pick it up?
I have not. This is I have 2 weeks waiting for me at the shop, so I'll be picking mine up on Friday.
Yeah, this is a thick one, like the Book of Slaughter and what's the other one? The one with your guy from Louisiana's house in there. I love all these complex layers of the Order of St. George. There's so many houses, and we just didn't know about the one in New York, I think, that got shut down. We don't know the story behind that one yet. It was the London house that got shut down. It was one of the houses that got shut down. They only mentioned it in passing. So he's got to do some kind of a reference to that at some point.
That was a video idea I had. It would take a lot of work to do it, but I had an idea of just doing a breakdown of what we know about the Something is Killing the Children world, a breakdown of the mask, a breakdown of the houses, but it would be a lot of work, so I probably won't do it. We got Sickotron in the house. What up, Sicko? Thanks for coming through.
Sicko? Yeah, fuck all that work, man.
Yeah, put in a lot of work and get 60 views. No thanks.
For dozens of views, possibly. Yes. All right, so we're going to bring our guest on in a minute here, Mr. Alan Wu. And before that, I want to show his Kickstarter. I forgot to put down I'll put it down in the in post the link to his Kickstarter, which I have here, which I'm going to share in just 1 second here if I can figure this out. I think I can. Here we go. Yes, this is the Kickstarter here.
What's the name of it?
It's called Shentu, Memories of Spring. This is the current book that he's funding. It's fully funded, and it's I want to say the third. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Book in the series, and there's a video associated with it. So, am I sharing the correct page? I think I am. Yes. So I want to play that video, if you don't mind.
Do you remember those halcyon days when you were so small? Just the two of us against all the world. You taught me to appreciate simple joys that I had forgotten over my countless years. We weren't perfect, of course. You had your rebellious years, and sometimes I was sure you hated me. We both made mistakes, but we did the best that we could. Day by day, year by year, until before I knew it, you'd grown up. Someday you'll be gone and I'll be alone again. But I'll always cherish those memories we made. Our memories of spring.
Awesome. All right, please welcome Mr. Alan Wu to the stage.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
Lorenzo. Hey, Marcus.
Hola, senor.
Good to meet you guys. I've just been watching along with the stream for the last 20 minutes or so. So it was very, very chill vibe you guys got going on.
That's what we're going for. Very chill, very laid back, very informal.
Yeah, I couldn't follow along too well with the football talk, but it was I like seeing you guys just go over your polls.
Yeah, it's it's just hanging out with a bunch of my friends every Wednesday. I love it.
All my party friends, yeah.
I know, man.
So it looks like your Kickstarter is going well. And guys, just because he hit his goal does not mean that we're not looking for more backers here. The more backers, the more that he can do. So don't let that stop you from plugging in and backing this one, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Link is in the chat.
Yeah, I'm very excited with how well this campaign has done so far. It's my first crowdfunding campaign.
Wow.
And
Wow,
yeah,
that's impressive.
I did a lot of prep for this. Like I spent like the last 6 or 7 months basically working on this anthology and this campaign. And now there's just 5 days left in the campaign, and I do want to push for some stretch goals hopefully, because the more momentum I can get at this stage just means like the more like you said, the more I'll be able to do with both this series and my future series as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is your first Kickstarter. Then you self-published the other two,
Yeah.
Shentu #1 and #2.
Yeah, so a little, context for those who are watching. This is my series Shentu. It's
Mm-hmm.
about an immortal rabbit woman in ancient China, and I had just released the first 2 issues of it in September. And for that release, I didn't do like a Kickstarter campaign or anything. I took some pre-orders on my Shopify store, and I did it that way because I figured, since this is kind of I'm just starting out, I thought it would be a little bit weirder, or I just didn't feel as confident doing a Kickstarter campaign without showing people that I could like physically deliver the finished products. So I wanted to build up my experience and my credibility a little bit first, and then once I did that, I thought, okay, I can do Kickstarter for this next installment and hopefully reach a bigger audience that way.
Interesting. Okay. Never thought about taking that route.
Are the previous books still available on Shopify? Is that
Yeah,
something that people
yeah.
can do?
So those are available through my Shopify, which there's a link in my website, which I believe is in the video description. But they're also available as add-ons in this current Kickstarter campaign. And yeah,
Okay,
I had sent the first 2 issues to Lorenzo, and US USPS really pulled through and delivered them in just like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, totally, man. Absolutely. I mean, I was shocked how fast, like you overnighted them or something, but they got here so.
I just did the standard
Yeah.
shipping, man.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I had a chance to read both of them. Man, they were so well written. The art is great too, but the way you tell the story, man, I was so immersed in it. It's such a touching story. It's there's humor in it, and then there are some sad parts as well. As far as being immortal, maybe you can tell the story about it. I just set up a little bit. Shentu is an immortal moon rabbit. Is that what she's described as? I believe.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
And she's, you think being immortal is a great thing, but she talks about how it becomes so lonely because you say goodbye to all your friends, and she's stopped even naming her horses, and she tries not to get close to people because she knows that she's going to outlive them. So it's a very complex story.
Yeah, I think I mean the core of the series is definitely just grappling with ideas of mortality and seeing your loved ones age and pass away. And like you said, I wanted there to be some elements of levity in there as well, because I mean, not just because it's a comic, but when it comes to the stories that I love most, I love stories that hit the full emotional spectrum, because when you have the lighter moments and the heavier moments, they kind of amplify each other. But also for this story specifically, one of the ways I like to pitch it is I say it's about life, death, and everything in between, because it just covers such like a large span of time. So for this, I feel like it makes or it makes even more sense that we would kind of um kind of go through like the full like emotional spectrum, because there's just like so much time passing, so many things happening, that I want to take readers just like on like a very like broad emotional journey essentially.
Oh, you definitely succeed with that. Because I love there's action sequences in the books that I read, but I really love the most is the quiet parts where she's interacting with her uh people that she run into, her, the ones that she gets a little bit close to, and I don't want to spoil anything, but her eventual partner that she takes on by issue number 2. And so issue number 3, which is this is the third issue, is that correct, that's being crowdfunded now?
Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit on this Kickstarter page,
Mhm.
the third image, which looks like you can see it kind of looks like a timeline. This explains it a bit more succinctly than I could, but um, basically, this anthology it's kind of like a side chapter between issues 2 and 3. This is a collection of slice of life adventures in the childhood of her companion.
One
Go
more.
go down a little, just a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, so
There it
yeah,
is.
so
Oh,
this
here
is
we go.
like my version, like because this is like my version of that page at like the back of the X-Men books, where it's like, here's the issues that are coming out next.
Mhm.
So as you can see, like we had the first 2 issues, which were the prologue. This anthology is I don't want to call it filler, but it's like you could theoretically skip it, but before going on with the main story in issue 3. But this anthology just really I wanted to capture like the flow and the passage of time essentially. Um, so how it's structured is it's 8 separate short comics, and they're designed to stand alone and be complete stories, but they're also set in chronological order. So each story takes place in the springtime of a different year. So over the course of the book, we see Shentu's young apprentice grow from a 7-year-old into a 15-year-old by the end of the book. So this is kind of just it's about his childhood essentially.
Okay. Do you have all these already written as far as
No, I'm not that far ahead in terms of the full complete scripts. Like I had outlined, the entire story arc of the future issues, of course, but
Mhm.
I'm still writing issues 3 and 4 right now at the moment.
Okay. You mind if I show a little bit of the preview here that you sent me yesterday?
Oh, go ahead. So
Okay.
yeah, so I've posted the first 4 pages of that publicly at least. So like that at the very least, like I don't mind showing. And actually, like if we want to just go through the whole thing, that's fine as well.
Okay.
Because I'm a pretty new writer, and like people haven't seen a lot of my work, so I think people might not feel confident just like backing based off of just the cover art. So I also wanted to give people like a little bit of the interior pages so they can see what they're signing up for potentially.
Man, I'm curious about your artist, your colorist.
Yeah.
This looks great.
I
Mm.
yeah, I can talk about the art teams a little bit, but I genuinely think that I don't know how I pulled this off. It's really an amazing team of all Asian artists. Like there's some huge names on this book. So when I'm hyping up the book, like I almost like I don't feel as bad because like even though like I'm the writer, like I'm like I myself and I'm so impressed by the sheer art talent on the book. So that's what I
Yes.
I lean into when like you you might not have ever heard of me, but you've heard of these artists, so
Yeah.
support them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the colors are just
I
popping
know.
off this page, man. It looks great. Looks so good.
Yeah, the 2 books you sent me look very nice, but this is just bam! It's just wow, the art and the color on this is next level. This is
Yeah, it looks
really
really
nice.
good. It does not look like Kickstarter level art we're looking at,
No.
it's looking like full-blown publisher level stuff right here. It looks really good, man.
How many books have you bought from your LCS that didn't look this good?
Yeah.
Quite a few, I would say. This looks awesome.
So how did it come about? How obviously you decided you wanted to write a book. How did you pull together your team? What was the genesis of that?
Well, I mean, the beginning of the series was one thing in itself. Where I had started writing Shentu as a pilot for an animated show because I do screenwriting as well. But in the last couple of years, I started moving more into the comic book space, just mostly because I like comics, and then I realized I could try and write them as well. But so I started writing the series. Just like kind of on a whim, like I just thought I'll try out a couple, commission a page or two and see how it goes. And so with the first couple issues, like I'm still quite proud of how they turned out, but it was definitely a learning experience for me in terms of the format of writing comics and the process of working with artists. And but I felt it was a very fulfilling process, create the act of creating the first two issues. So I wanted to continue the series. And before I, moved ahead with issue 3, I decided to do this anthology because for one thing, I think it makes sense for the story that we would have a collection of short stories. They're like little vignettes or memories of childhood to show to show the passage of time before we move forward. But on a practical level, I really wanted to gain experience writing complete stories and in working with different artists because every artist, has a different personality and art style and collaboration style. And the first two issues, my artist, like he's amazing, but I like had spent the whole year basically only working with one artist, and so I thought I'm going to grow faster as a writer if I can work with just, a larger number of artists at one time. So that was how had the idea to do the anthology. And from then on, it was mostly just me going around and uh, reaching out to the very best Asian artists that I could find in, working in the Western comic book space. And a lot of them were down for this project. And so um, it just as the team came together, I was just more and more excited about what the final project was going to look like.
Who's the artist on this story?
So this one, the inks are done by Hai Ning, who is the artist for DC Spirit World series, a couple of the Poison Ivy issues. I think she did one of the DC versus Vampires spin-offs as well. But she is one of my favorite comic book artists of all time. Spirit World is the reason I started going into comic book shops and buying weekly comics. And she also did the covers for issues 1 and 2. So after that, I kind of like went from there to having her do interior art for one of these comics. And
Okay.
yeah, so very excited about that. And then the colors were done by my friend Alexandra. I met her as part of another Asian comic book creator interview series, and I think this is her first time doing coloring for like interior pages for a comic, and she just did such a fantastic job. Like you would certainly never think it's her first time doing colors, right?
No.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Not at
like
all.
she's obviously a professional artist already, but like just this is her first time doing like this this type of work specifically. But yeah, the team up between her and Haining, just like it was such a it was it I think it turned out so well, and so that's why I'm kind of excited to show off this story in particular.
So Haining did the inks and the pencils for this one?
Yes, inks and
Okay.
pencils.
Yeah, so that's I'm just talking about how the action scenes looked okay in the first one, but these the action right here is just totally just next level for not to overuse the term, but it looks really really great.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, she's amazing. I'm always in awe whenever I get anything from her.
Right.
Actually, she sent me the initial sketches for this first cover on my birthday last year. I mean, she didn't know it was my birthday, but it just kind of worked out that way, and it was like the best birthday gift I could have asked for.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, you've mentioned a focus on Asian artists. Is that because of the style and culture of your book, or what is the reason for that, the focus?
Yeah, so well, this this series itself is set in ancient China, so to some extent, like when I reach out to Asian or specifically Chinese artists, like there's it's more likely that they'll understand, just like the vibe and the background and stuff like that. Like of course, I think, artists don't have to be Asian to draw this type of story well, but um I think it was just that because it's such a heavily um it's a very Asian centric story. So the first people I reached out to for this anthology just, were other Asian creatives. And once I had a few on board, like I just kind of thought, it would be really cool to kind of commit at this point and put together just an all Asian artist team for this one at least. Like moving forward, I don't necessarily want to limit myself to working like with only Asian artists for this series, but because Asian artists, like I feel like they're still a little bit underrepresented in Western comics. I thought this would be a good opportunity to put together, a showcase of not just Asian culture, but also like some of the very talented Asian creators in the space as well.
They're killing it. And given that this is your first book, how did you pull in such talent? We've got an artist who's got a DC book that's, not often. Usually most people are going to Fiverr, right? And they're going to grab someone. How are you starting? Like, it feels like 5 or 6 steps ahead there.
Yeah, so part of it is spending a lot of money. Like some of these artists have pretty high page rates, but I really tried to hit, like the highest quality bar I could for this book. And the other part of it is that I tried to uh I think part of it is that these are primarily Asian artists, so when I'm coming to them with this story concept, like there's kind of an element of like solidarity, or maybe like their interests kind of align with this, like specifically like Haining is Chinese or Taiwanese, and so when I approached her initially, like I was kind of coming at her from that angle of like, I'm like another Chinese American creator trying to get my start in the comic book space, and I tried to approach her just as respectfully as I could, and I didn't think she would get back to me actually. When I reached out to her for the covers, I reached out to maybe 4 or 5 different artists at that time, and she was actually like my what's the term for it? Like my reach goal. Like I thought like this is the one who isn't going to get back to me, and she was actually the only one who responded to me, which I
Wow.
I thought was funny. But
Wow.
it kind of taught me the value of like shooting your shot.
Shoot
I
your shot.
I
Hell
guess
yeah.
because that was what made me realize like because that was very early on like in my whole comics journey. I realized like artists are looking for work, so if it's an idea that appeals to them, then maybe it's not, or maybe even though I'm a new writer, like they might just be on board to give it a shot anyway. Um, and so yeah, because like Heining like did respond to me, I just gained more confidence in reaching out to even established artists, and if they if they didn't respond or if they're too busy, then that's it's not the end of the world.
Well, it appears to have paid off in spades, brothers, man. It looks so good. It's like I said, it doesn't look like a Kickstarter book. It looks like a DC Marvel published book. The colorist, the art, it looks amazing, man. When they first pulled it up, I was like, oh goodness gracious, I was not ready for that.
Yeah. Wow.
Not what
Yeah,
I expected.
it's funny. I think it's definitely like I also love just the it's beautiful art. But even when I was showing the first issues to some people, or like I went into my local comic book store and I said started giving the owner the pitch of like, hey, I'm like an indie comic book writer, like would you want to like take on a couple issues? And I feel like there was such like trepidation like in him at first before I pulled it out, because like I guess like when you hear indie comic, like you just like don't know like what you're in
Yeah,
store
there's
for
a lot of
necessarily.
there's a
Yeah.
wide range you can get right from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once I showed him the cover of this first book, he was like, "Oh, okay." And then like he was like just like I feel like he like relaxed a little bit, that he wasn't like wasn't gonna have to be like polite about like some comic that I'd hand drawn myself or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he
Now
gets a lot.
you had mentioned that it was based in ancient China. Are you weaving any actual history, or is it just that's the base where you put it?
So I'm going to draw from different historical and mythological events as well throughout the course of the series.
Very cool.
It's not the type that's based in like a very specific period of time for this, because because it's a comic, and I wanted to like to me, it's more important to convey like the general vibe of ancient China, and like mix and match some elements as necessary, rather than focusing on historical accuracy. Because I think the very grounded, accurate stories are really cool and impressive too. But I'm kind of starting out from the perspective like I already have an immortal rabbit woman, so like to some extent realism is like a little bit out the window already.
Well, when I asked the question, though, I mean, I'm thinking Romance of the Three Kingdoms, where a rabbit, an immortal rabbit woman seems like maybe, you got Sleeping Dragon. You have these kind of mythical kind of beings who
Yeah,
seem to have
I
superpowers.
love romance of the Three Kingdoms. So when it comes to that, like I probably won't use like actual characters, but I may draw heavily from them as inspirations.
Yeah, I played a lot of those games as a kid,
The the,
so
the
I'm a
dynasty
fan.
the Dynasty Warriors games,
No,
right? Like yeah, I love those.
no, not the actual Romance of the Three
Oh,
Kingdoms.
oh.
So,
Oh,
where it's very much a nerdy. It's a super nerd. Like Dynasty Warriors is more of a cool,
Yeah,
action
that's
packed game.
maximum like popcorn
Yeah.
game.
No, I played the super nerdy Romance of the Three Kingdoms games where you're looking at a map and stuff and trying to take out Cao, that type of stuff. Yeah, I loved it though. So much fun. I love the history and the lore of romance. My favorite is probably Zhao Yun, but there's so many, Zhang Fei, like so many great characters in that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I like the idea of this being set in that time, even if it's not specifically tied to anything, still just being in that time because it's such a fantastical kind of time. So that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and one aspect of this series that's gonna turn a little bit more like in the direction of Romance of the Three Kingdoms is that one of the major characters of this series is going to be the child emperor of China, and he's going to be introduced in issue 3, and he'll be a major character throughout the series. So once he shows up, like I think like we're going to get like a lot more of like like the warring empires, like political intrigue aspect of things. And so yeah, I'm excited for people to see more of that as well.
That sounds super cool. I
um,
like that.
please forgive my ignorance, but are moon rabbits actual a thing in Chinese mythology, or did you create that yourself?
They're they exist in the mythology. They're usually not the focal character. One of the myths that is kind of the genesis for this story is the legend of Chang'e, the moon goddess, who she is a character in issue 1, as you probably saw.
Right.
So the myth generally revolves around her, and in most versions of the myth, she basically flies up to the moon, and then she has rabbit helpers. And depending on the version of the myth, they either help her make candy or medicine, and they're like her little rabbit helpers on the moon. And so I kind of took that concept and turned one of those into the main character, and I built the story around her.
Oh, awesome.
I think the main character looks really cool. I love her little bunny ears, man. It's
I know.
man.
Yeah,
like
you know, when I I think it was Namin who recommended that I reach out to you, Lorenzo, and
Yeah,
That's the homie.
and
Shout out
I
Namin.
came and looked at your channel, and I saw you had this rabbit
Yeah.
avatar kind of, and I thought like, oh, like I like, you know, we have that like in common
Mhm.
kind of. So
I know
yeah,
you love
bunny
rabbits
power.
in real life, right? 'Cause I
I
saw, yeah.
I love rabbits. I literally look at these three comics I just have on my desk right now. So one of them is Shentu, of course. I have
Okay.
this Zatanna cover of
I'm just trying to get you in here. I've lost everyone. Okay, here we go. Wait one
yeah,
more
this
time.
variant cover of the recent Zatanna series.
Oh, I love
I
Thomas, yeah.
yeah,
I
this
know.
great
I bet
series.
Janet's loving it too.
And I really like rabbits, and also like kind of like the old timey, you know, circus carnival aesthetic. So this is just like one of my favorite covers ever, basically. And then I also have the first the first
Captain
issue
Parrot?
of Captain Carrot
Oh,
and
man.
his zoo crew. So yeah, just I love my rabbits and my rabbits in comics.
That's awesome. Wow.
That
Well,
is very cool.
my rabbit is cuter than yours, but yours is definitely sexier than mine, so I'm that's good
I don't
stuff.
know. She's pretty cute. I don't know, Lorenzo. She's pretty
Yeah,
cute.
the thing is, like, we have so many different art styles in this anthology, you know. So some of them she looks cuter, and some of them she looks a little bit sexier. So
Yeah.
we've got some variety.
She can have it if she wants it.
Absolutely.
Very cool. That is awesome. I love it, man.
Me too, man. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Wow. So there it is, folks. Man, Shentu Memories of Spring. How many more days left on the Kickstarter?
There's
5 days.
5 days left, I believe. It
Okay.
ends on Tuesday, Tuesday in the morning. So yeah, a few days left. If anyone wants to check it out, certainly I would, you know, very much appreciate your support in the series. This is like truly my passion project. And I think Shentu as a concept has a lot of potential to grow as a series, because you know it's this she's literally immortal, you know, and
Yeah.
so you know in my mind, like, she's gonna have many more adventures over the years, not just in ancient China, but potentially even exploring different time periods and civilizations. You know, she's just going to be like the one like constant in this world moving forward in time, making friends and companions and having to move on past them. And you know, there's a lot I want to do with this character in the series, and every bit of momentum I can get at this stage would help a lot with that.
Yeah. Her enemy, Kang, it seems he's not immortal, but it seems like there's a descendant that she runs into throughout her travels. There's always a Kang to meet her and just be the bad guy. Is that going to be like a recurring character?
Yeah, so not an element. It's not an element that's going to be around forever. But
Mhm.
for like this first arc, at least, I thought it was kind of a fun way to have like a somewhat recurring element, because it's like, even though his descendants are like, you know, they're different people, but because it's this one family line that is like her antagonist, it's like you have that element of like consistency, and it's just like one like consistent story arc, kind of, where even though so much time is passing that she has to have different villains, like they have that unifying factor.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, there's the link in the chat, and I'm going to put it in post in the description below.
We've also got alanyorkwu.com, another place that you can go and check
right.
his actual page out. And before we let him go, I am curious. You mentioned board games. What's your number one board game?
It is Code Names. Have you guys ever played that one? It's like it's more of it's very tile based, so it's like not like it's not one of the more traditional board games. It's like a word game essentially, but I absolutely love it, and I try to make my friends play it with me as much as possible.
I have
Oh,
never heard of it, but it looks
So
cool.
how it works is that you have this spread of words, and you want to get your team to guess the correct words based on a one-word clue. And it's very tricky because you want to give a word that will get them to guess as many of the correct words as possible without guessing the wrong ones. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but like when you're playing it, it's quite straightforward.
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks like a game I would love. Actually, I
I,
like
I
this.
recommend I recommend checking it out, and you can find it in like most stores actually. Like you just go into like a random Barnes and Noble or Walmart or whatever. Like most stores have it.
Cool.
Very cool.
Man.
What
Awesome.
is
Love it.
what's your favorite?
Right now, I'm playing a lot of Settlers of Catan. Is
Oh,
my
that's
game.
that's the classic. The
Yeah,
classic.
I've been playing. I play it on my PlayStation 5 a lot. We play with the friends and yell at each other and argue. I love that kind of stuff. Another one I love is obviously Risk. But I like it. You know, I like games where we get mad at each other and yell at each other. Those are my kind of games.
Man, I'm so old. I don't have any recent games. Last time Janet and I played a game when the lights were out, the blackout. We played Battleship. I haven't played anything other than that recently.
Fuck my battleship.
No, right?
Classic.
It was kind of fun. All right, well, man, thanks for coming by, Alan. I sure appreciate it. And the Kickstarter is still available. Shentu, Memories of Spring. Check it out and support it and help this man. He's doing a great job. This is, man. I think you created the franchise here.
Into just real quick, stretch goals. What was there any specific stretch goal that you really like to see and that you want to promote?
Yeah, so I tried to keep my stretch goals like relatively simple because again, it's my first campaign and I didn't want to go too crazy. We just hit the first one at $6,000, which is a bookmark that will be included in with all the physical rewards. 7,000 and 8,000, I'm going to be creating Chinese translations of the stories, or I'm going to be working with my family to create those. I think those probably won't be like relevant to everyone, but it's something I wanted to do, so I just put those in there as the stretch goals. So hopefully I'll be able to share it with some people who only read Chinese as well. $9,000 is it's going to be just an additional art page in the book, just like a montage scene. And 10,000, which is the the current like capstone one, is going to be producing a voiced version of one of the comics. So in the trailer that we watched, Shentu was voiced by my friend who's a professional voice actress, Kimberly Wong, and she did such a great job of voicing Shentu, and so I'm thinking if we can get to the 10,000 mark, then I'd like to try and make like just like a version of one of the comics with like voiceover and music and everything, and make it almost like a just a whole produced experience. So that's the big goal I'm aiming for.
Wow, that sounds great. Wow. Well, good luck to you then, man. This can't wait to see what happens with this. This is a great franchise, and thanks for sending me these books. I really enjoyed.
I have a feeling we're going to see much more of this. Very cool.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Like it's such a it's pretty difficult doing all this crowdfunding stuff, but having that chance and opportunity to talk to you guys about it, and it's been a real pleasure.
And thank you. And the pleasure's all ours. All right. Thanks a lot, Alan.
Thank you. Guys, links in the chat. Get plugged in. Don't miss out. 5 days left.
For sure. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Wow.
Man.
Amazing.
That art. As soon as you pulled up, I was like, whoa, those colors are popping off the page. It looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, the books look great. Because the person that did that art in on that PDF did these covers. The interior art is good too, but man, they just boom, bam, like okay, this dynamic. It looks very, very cool. So this is definitely worth supporting here.
I
All right.
remember the Spirit World book, and yeah, the art was really great looking on that book. Alyssa Wong was a writer on that, which I like. Alyssa, I'm pretty sure she wrote some Silk stuff that I liked. So
Alyssa
very
Wong.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alyssa Wong. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's man. For that
I'm
to be his first book, that's just so amazing, right? His first Kickstarter project, because people have Kickstarters that fail, but man, you just hit one out of the park, and everything else is just gravy. If he makes those stretch goals, that's even better.
I'm gonna jump in on this digital tier, but if I have a good weekend gambling, we might have to go for the $80 catch-up tier.
I'm talking about.
I'm definitely interested, man. Very cool.
I know you're betting on the Chiefs, right? So maybe they'll.
You damn right. You damn right I am. I have great luck. The past 2 years, I've won a ton of money on the Chiefs winning. And so fingers crossed we do it again. Let's go.
Yes. What's up, Johnny boy? It's good to see you. Oh yeah, you just
the big tuna.
The big tuna. Yeah, we just missed Alan Wu, who's just got this awesome book called Shentu, and he's got a Kickstarter right now called Shentu and the Memories of Spring, which is looking pretty awesome. You can catch it on the replay, or I'm going to do a separate. I've started clipping out the Artist Alley segments and making its own little playlist on that. So I'm going to do a special.
And I'm going to start trying to clip it into a reel again, like I did last week. So
yeah, I appreciate you, man.
look for that on Instagram as well. I'll clip that one as well.
I will.
Last thing about it, I really like the concept of immortality. I love Old Guard for that reason, which Old Guard 2 is coming out with Charlize Theron. But I love the idea, like of us, like in True Blood, there was a character called Godric, and he was immortal, and he had lived so long that he had lived longer than Jesus.
Wow.
And that concept just blows my mind. So the idea of telling a story over a wide span of time, because time is such a mind-blowing thing if you ever think about it. Like if you really try and think about the idea of millions of years on Earth, like not just thousands of years, but like millions of years on Earth. It's like it blows your mind. So fascinating stuff to me. I like it a lot.
And you think about another concept that people believe is that life has come and gone on this planet several times.
So I think that
human life,
I've come to that conclusion. Yeah.
If civilizations have flourished and died and come back again, like flowers, in spring and shit like that. So you think about we can't disappear from here. Yeah, it can happen.
I honestly have come to believe, if you think about that, Earth has been here for millions, and our understanding only goes back so far, man. It seems so very possible that that's true.
Yes.
And that the reason why we don't see spacefaring civilizations is because they destroy themselves before they get there.
Yes. How about that? So you talk about, the ecology of the planet and us poisoning it. The planet is nothing to push around. The planet is a living thing, and it will take care of us if we keep messing with it. So you need to convince the people who are in charge to heed. You know what I mean?
You said it. You ain't just whistling Dixie.
I know, right? I can't hardly whistle. So there you go. There's our guy. What's up, Phil? Go learn.
Phil? Maybe next year, Phil. Jump on that Chiefs bandwagon in the meantime, brother.
There's plenty of room on board the Chiefs bandwagon. Let this guy tell it here. All right. Are we going to do what's good now or real quick? Maybe not so quick because I got 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 books here. You got anything this week, or just gonna?
I haven't got my books in forever.
Right, that's right. Books, yeah. So yeah, okay. No worries.
One of these days, I'll jump in.
Don't worry, no pressure, son. None whatsoever. So let me dig up my what's good stuff, and we can start that right now. And from last week's, week before last guest we had a murderous row of creators this last 3 weeks, right? Just like, and we got to mention we're gonna have you may remember Alfred Page, who did Blowtorch a few years ago.
Yeah.
He's going to be on next week with some creators he's got together for this newest project he's got called the Bullets and Beer, or Beer and Bullets. I forget which way it goes, but it's definitely a change of pace from what we went through this week. So it's going to be a different, more of that kind of a feel for that. So we're looking forward to that. All right, last week or a week before last, we had Sam from Sonoma Publishing. And one of the books that he sent me, and I've totally misplaced it, because you remember him mentioning it, was 47 Furious Tales. This is a great looking book. It's a little bit smaller than your average comic. It's almost ash can size. And this is takes place in I think feudal Japan, and it deals with samurai and stuff like that. I'm so sorry I missed it, because this is a really good looking book. Of all the good looking books he brought, including Tibby and her time traveling mushrooms was among them.
Tibby.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and share it in chat. He's got his pre-launch page up for the second issue of Tibby. Yes. And he actually shared a panel with me on Instagram, and oh my God,
I think I saw that. Yeah.
I'm in love. I'm straight up in love with Tibby, y'all.
The Not Safe for Work page he shared, or it's a different one?
She is a hottie patati, yo.
Yes, sir, Bob. And a completely different change of pace is this one, which deals with the samurai and their honor and all that. I mean, this is a very cool book. I think he may have said this was one of his best sellers, if you can believe that. He's outselling Tibby. But this is a good looking book, and it has anamorphic animals, a la the TMNT gang kind of a feel, except more a little bit less whimsical and more true to the samurai code and such. So, man, Sam, I'm sorry I didn't I didn't find this. I got so many books laying around, I just thought, oh God, isn't this one of Sam's books? Shit, I forgot to talk about it, during the time he was on. But I'd like to give it his props. 47 Furious Tales. You can check out our interview with Sonoma Publishing, Sam from Sonoma Publishing. I just dropped that a few days ago, so be sure to take a look at that, and you can see all the rest of the books that he's got also coming from that beautiful publishing house that he does there, Sonoma Publishing. Now, on Tom's list this week was a book that another Scott Snyder joint. Scott Schneider. This one people may have remembered from a few years ago, called Dark Spaces Dungeon. This has apparently been optioned, I think, as a movie. And I had the chance to reread this. I read it when it first came out. I may have left off at maybe issue number 3, as I often do. But I have all 5 issues now, and this weekend I read all 5 of them again. Man, this is some good shit. This has like a story. This is, I should say, a story of there's this horrible individual who keeps dungeons, and he abducts people, sometimes the young people or sometimes older people, and he'll put them away in these hidden dungeons and just torture them, endlessly. And one of the only person to ever escape from one of these dungeons became a federal agent. And he's, of course, as you can imagine, scarred for life by this shit, but he's also driven to find this individual. And this is a story of him on the case of the kidnapper and the dungeon keeper. And the dungeon keeper kidnaps the child of a very rich man. Unfortunately, the rich guy, he can jet around, and him and the agent go from place to place when they get a lead and stuff like that. And this is one of Scott's. This may be. I think the Dark Spaces Wildfire was very good too, but this is a dead on. This make a really good movie if they stick to the script, and I think that if they're daring enough to do the ending the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes get all Hollywooded up and all that stuff, but Dark Spaces Dungeon. You probably still find this in lots of LCSs just laying around, because it's still cover price. It's not like it blew up or anything, but I think it's trending at like $5 or whatever. I still got this the series at hand. I was able to look back on it. So I love when something is trending. I already have it, and it actually is pretty good. So check that out if you have not.
Scott Snyder's the writer on that one, and then Hayden Sherman is the artist. He's the artist on. He's the artist on Absolute Wonder Woman right now, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. This is Hayden Sherman's art here, and he's a great job on this, and he's doing a great job on the Absolute Wonder Woman too. I think. I mean, some people might not think it's I guess superhero, kind of art.
I was taken aback at first, but then there's been multiple panels where it really worked. So yeah, I've seen some people complain about it, but like I think that it's grown on me.
Yes,
I'm feeling it.
Yes, and man, this is such a really good. It does a couple of twists at the end. There's a twist up on a twist. Good stuff. Get the whole series if you can, and you probably can for cover price and maybe less depending on what kind of LCSs you have in your area. If not, you can use places like My Comic Shop and maybe even TIFA or something like that. You might have them too. So Dark Spaces Dungeon is definitely worth a look if you can deal with it. It might be triggering for some people, but I think overall it's a great book. It would make a really good movie because it's creepy. Next book is from last week. I want to say, I think it was last week. Ice Cream Man number 43. I got the B cover here, the Maria Lovett cover. This is a compilation. One thing about Ice Cream Man, you don't have to read it sequentially. There are recurring characters like the Ice Cream Man, who is sometimes a Rod Sterling like, but definitely a type of narrator. I forgot. What's so Dixie? Oh, Dixie doesn't mind. So yeah. But you can jump in at any time. And the thing about this is all one-page stories, all written by Maxwell Prince and illustrated. I think all written by him. Oh no, there's a couple of different authors, but mostly Maxwell Prince. Patton Oswalt writes one. Who else? Jeff Lemire writes one. So there's a few good guest artists, and what is it? Grant Morrison writes one also. All one-page stories. I mean, so you gotta get that.
How do you tell a story in one page? That seems really hard.
That's the thing. Yes, that's what I would consider it too, Mojo. Yes, that's a good comparison. You gotta really get it across. Some of them, are really complex. They have many panels. Some of them are just one big splash panel. I don't want to, spoil it because there's only one page. You don't want to do, but you can jump right into Ice Cream Man and see if you like it just by picking this book up. This is the B cover here, so you can get this cover or that cover. Either one has got all of them in there, and I like it. Yeah, but Grant Morrison, Patton Oswalt, Zoe Thorogood, Jeff Johns, Jeff Lemire, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Matt Fraction even, I left them out. Good old Neon, Dennis Camp, and Frank Barbary. So those are everybody chipped in to make this awesome book, man. Ice Cream Man does it again. Low print run book, man. This isn't a series. I don't see how it's not going to be some sort of a cable series at one point. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, it seems like it could work as kind of a Tales from the Crypt kind of anthology type thing. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Creepy Ice Cream Man too. And the last thing is actually Swords Forge was recommending this, even though I am subscribed to it right now. Is Dust to Dust number 2. With the
what a terrible, not a terrible cover in terms of the art, but it's oh, come on,
disturbing.
Man. Yeah, disturbing is a better word. Yeah,
with the little kid and the hanging person there and all that jazz. Yeah, this takes place, as we mentioned before, in the 1940s during the Dust Bowl, and at the end of the last issue, they used to have these being in the was like literally being in the desert. They had these dust storms that would just kick up, and everybody just like head for shelter. And the people that were heading to California got caught in the dust storm. And the people and that mother and father are just like such awful people. He's praying for the little boy and his dog. They got a baby and stuff. Like, man, it's just
not a
awful.
baby.
They got a baby, and they're just awful people. And they're heading to California. There was a sheriff that's investigating this bones that he found around the property that the people were leaving from heading to California. And the sheriff was a really good guy too, and he has a little bit of a drinking problem, but he's at the heart of it a really good guy who wants to get stuff done in the right way, I should say. And the dust storm that kicks up is just horrific. And it's just like stuff of nightmares. If you ever saw something like that coming on the horizon, it'd be hard not to just crap your pants. It's just and this was like their thing, and the people end up hiding in their homes, and this the sheriff and the photographer lady from Chicago, they hung out, they hunkered down in the hotel overnight, not together, but they hunkered down there until it blew over, and at the end there's like some revelations about things, and this is just a really good series. I mean, it's done with this sepia tone artwork by Phil Bram. Oh no, I'm sorry, by J.G. Jones. J.G. Jones is the other artist on this. I'm sorry.
That looks great.
Yeah, man. I mean, the first page is almost photorealistic, but it's in that brownish sepia tone kind of a style, almost water.
Which is hard to do with no colors, right? That's really good, man.
Yeah. You're using that one color and different degrees of it, so it looks almost watercolored. Another thing of the impending dust storm. Like, can you imagine? This is what happened. All the crops and shit goes away. There's nothing left but dust. So it's
you're making me want. I think I could probably still get the first 2 issues for this one. I might pick this one up.
Now this is worth it. This is also on Remender's Giant Generator. The Giant Generator label.
Say less. I love love me some Giant Generator.
It's a thing, man. They gave us grommets and so many others.
I love grommets.
I do indeed, man. It's my favorite book of the year last year. So the last one hasn't even come out yet, right? It's still
we're still waiting on that one.
Waiting for it. I didn't think I read it. I'm just anticipating, like, not too many books I anticipate, but that's what I'm definitely looking for.
I want more after this.
Grommet?
More grommets.
I bet there'll be another grommet series because whatever happens, the kids still got to grow up and move on.
And I was thinking about this and I don't feel like we get them anymore, but I love coming of age stories. Like Fast Times at Ridgemont High is such a great movie. Dazed and Confused. I love those coming of age movies, and I don't feel like we get them anymore. And I want more.
Kind of sad, huh? I mean, no more coming of age. Nobody's coming of age anymore. Very sad. We're all old already. Yeah. So that's what's good, folks. Dust to Dust. Pick it up. It's still available at your local comic shop or online.
I think you stuck me in on that one. I love that art. That art looks really good.
And my job is done. I can action is my reward. I can swing off into the sunset now. All right. All right. So let's go on to next week's comics.
Can't Buy Me Love. What is that one?
That was a Beatles thing, wasn't it? I was not just a song, but I think there was a movie about some people going to a Beatles concert.
1987. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one.
Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, I'm not gonna sing that. And I think kind of like that Thing You Do. I think that was a Tom Hanks movie. I think.
Patrick Dempsey. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to check this one out. Are you recommending this one, 80s guy? I remember Pat Dempsey. Yeah. If you're recommending this one, bro, I'll take it out. I'll check it out.
I do kind of remember that name, Pat Dempsey. I haven't seen much of him. I've been getting the the variants. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, you did say that was one of the good books that you read, and you were absolutely correct on that one. All right, see, I can share this thing here. It's always hard to share. I'm gonna present and next week's books. You know what's coming up next week? Your favorite absolute book, Absolute Batman. There it is. And there it is. And there you have it. Yes. So I know I think this was the first one. It was such hype about the Absolute Batman. Maybe that turned you off a little bit about it. I don't know. Perhaps. Perchance. But see what they got as far as multiple covers. They often do have some good ones. Almost pushed the wrong button. It would have lost everything. All right. So that's the A cover, which is by Nick Dragata, I want to say. Cover colorist, yep. And the cover colorist is Frank Martin. Oh, what's this? Joelle Jones. Oh my God, Joelle Jones. She's so versatile. I would never have picked that. This was her cover.
Wow.
That's pretty. That's a more realistic looking absolute Batman right there than the way that the Dragata draws him. But I'm down for the way Dragata draws him because it looks like this big hulking guy. Ian Bertram.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
You don't know how you feel about it. Come on, it's good. Just don't want to admit it. Cover F. Clay Mann. This is the cover F. Yes.
That's the 1 in 50, right? What is that one?
This is just your basic
okay.
cover F. I think you may have another one, or there's another one. Yeah, here's the 1 in 50 Clay Mann without the trade dress.
Okay, that's what I saw.
Mm-hmm. That might be gettable for it depends on how many are ordered for this number 5. It might be way on the ratio.
Well, it was tops on the list, so most ordered book of the week, I think, is what that means, right?
In that case, I bet you can find lots, not lots, but you can find many of them for under ratio. Like if you're lucky, like around $15, which ain't bad for a 1 in 50 ratio. 1 in 25, Nicholas Draper Ivy. Was again a little bit more realistic, still thick, with the big muscles and thighs, and doesn't skip leg day, but a little bit more closer to your normal Batman.
No leg day skipped.
And leg day is no fun, let me tell you. But it pays off if you stick to it. 7, 8, 9. See what you did there. Mark Spears variant. Oh my dear God, did I miss a Mark Spears variant?
That one might be hot.
Yeah. Everything Mark Spears touches. This is
insane. It's an exclusive. It's insane. If you watch Cash or Trash with JP's Budget Collecting, you will see that we've been wrong about Mark Spears' Monsters book number 1. We have been so wrong.
Shout out JP, get well, man. I heard you went through surgery and all that.
Yeah. No show this week, but we'll be back next week.
Who is this? This is Comic Spot, Peter Smith variant from the Comic Spot. Well, I get my comics from the Comic Spot. Oh, okay. Well, it's a gang of good covers there. Not surprising. This wasn't really a slim pickings week per se, but I found out a lot of people are not making trailers nowadays. I don't know if it's just they don't have the resources. It's just times is tight. The resources are tight and all that. So, but there's still I found some good contenders for the old penultimate book here.
I got 9 on my pull list next week, so that's on the higher end these days for me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that I used to have like 15 to 20 books on my pull list a week. That was
That's not even counting other books you were getting like here and there, like extra covers.
from
like KPP, right?
But I think a lot of collectors go through that in the beginning because I was figuring out what I liked. And so I was just trying, I was way more willing to try out stuff because I just wanted to figure out what was good and what wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then you figure out like, what am I going to do with all these books? And then start tearing them down.
They can't even all fit in my freaking closet anymore.
Man, tell me about
We're going to do a crawl this weekend on Saturday, and I'm thinking about taking 3 or 4 short boxes and just dropping them off at this shop. I'm definitely going to get rid of all my X-Men.
Going to donate them?
No, not donate, sell them.
Oh, still?
Yeah, what do you mean donate? No, I'm going to
drop them
sell
there and
them.
just drop them there and run. They're your problem now.
Yeah, no, get them and be like, hey, can I get some store credit or something, Because I can't, and I tell Beckerman this all this time, is like, I don't want to end up like Beckerman. Beckerman has 20,000 comic books. He has books all over his house everywhere. And
oh my God,
I don't want to become a comic book hoarder. You may argue I already am, but
I mean, at that level, yeah.
I don't want to get from 5,000 to 20,000. I'm not.
That's at Reggie level. Reggie has got the 100,000 collection.
Yeah,
dude.
When you gotta get a storage unit, yeah, it's time to figure something out.
I wonder if he has stuff in there he doesn't even know he has.
Oh, I'm sure when you have that many books, there has to be, right?
Oh, look! I 100,000 collection.
Yeah, I know what I have though. I know what I have.
I know what I have for the most part. I mean, I know where it is, but I know what I have for the most part. All right, so One World Under Doom. Anything with Doom in it? Yes, sign me up, please. This is like last.
Is that Scarlet Witch bowing? What the hell?
Everyone's bending the knee to Doom.
Scarlet Witch bows to no one.
Yes, she did. The Hulk is bowing. Iron Man, Cap, Fantastic Four. Everybody is bowing. So man,
I can see all of them bowing, but not Scarlet Witch.
Not Scarlet Witch, because she's an extinction level mutant. Is that why?
She can do. I'll do whatever I think. Mutant. It's like if she thinks it's there. It's happening.
That's the thing. That's why if she goes out of her mind, look out. Katie Barder-Dewar, they say. Clayton Crane has got a variant there. Wow, that's the Doom Dog.
Mr. Steal Your Wife.
Mr. Steal Your Wife.
I wonder if he's still with that lady.
I wonder. Many times those kind of relationships don't last because it was all based on lust. So it fades. You're like, you know what? You ain't what I thought you were. So
yeah, that post nut clarity is a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing, dude.
Wow, what have I done?
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm not cheating, Janet, because I know that post nut clarity would be horrible.
Oh no.
It would be absolutely horrible.
Yeah. I mean, that's yeah. You can't let the little head think for you.
Yeah.
It'd
be fun while it was happening, but as soon as it was over, I'd be like, what have I done?
Oh,
holy shit, what have I done?
I know. Don't do that. All right, so another One World Under Doom is, of course, the ever-present John Tyler Christopher cover. I like to get a lot of his covers. I love the negative spaces and the positive spaces. So many covers. Rod Reese. All these are open order too. Most of these are open order books.
Yeah, I got a number of Basilisk covers that I love from Rod Reese.
Mm-hmm.
He did some great covers for that series.
Basilisk. Is that ever going to come back? I wonder. Maybe get option.
No, I think that's it. I think he finished that story. Yeah,
he did finish the story pretty much. Yeah, but sometimes they would dredge it up. Just do another round.
Yeah, that would be a mistake. It's usually a mistake, right? Yeah,
usually. R.B. Silver is that one. Who this? Mike Mignola, the Hidden Gem variant. I think this may be the one per store. That's often called the Hidden Gem. That's gonna be chased.
Only 2,500 books. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
Oh Only 2,500. You call
Yeah,
yourself a collector?
No, I'm kidding. That's plenty of books.
Damn right it is. Rose Besh. Rose Besh was hot as a pistol for a while. Still makes nice work. Yeah, that new FF movie. I hope they don't introduce Doom in the first one. If they tease him at the end, that'd be nice because he's coming because RDJ is Doom now. So just a matter of time.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm open to see it through.
Me too. I think it'll be. I mean, he's a good enough actor that we won't. And then when he's in that world, he's never been Tony Stark, right? So he can cross over. They don't know who the hell he is. Who the hell is this? This is Nick Bradshaw. Nick Bradshaw, 1 in 25.
Great artist.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Doom has got to look like this. This has got to be your basic Doom. If he's not looking like this, it's not Doom. Don't care. What my man say? That's not Dick Grayson. That's not Dr. Doom. Damn it, if he's not wearing a green tunic and armor. Kare Andrews. Kare does some good stuff. What's he doing to Spidey? Don't mess with Spidey.
I like the big eyes.
Me too. McFarlane did that. McFarlane, he just turned the whole thing. He don't go exaggerate the eyes, They gave him that Spider-Man book. He just went nuts. And the big time collectibles, Jean Jang.
Dang, they got Squirrel Girl in the book. I've read kid stories to my son at night with Squirrel Girl in it, but I've never read none of my comics have her though.
She was hot for a while. I bet you could probably find Squirrel Girl #1 was not cheap, for a hot minute. You'd probably catch them down.
I was talking to Beckerman today, who is the biggest Speedball fan in the world. And he informed me that Squirrel Girl is Speedball's ex-girlfriend. I did not know that.
Man, small world after all.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. All right. So what else we got? Coming on down here. Has anyone read Magic, the new series? I mean, is this a good book to read, or was it just a bunch of covers by a very popular and photogenic character? Discuss.
I don't know much about Magic other than she is tough in the Marvel Rivals game, man. If I get a Magic on me, it's lights out. I'm done.
Is it really?
Yeah. Her and Iron Fist, if they get on, because I always play a healer. When those two get on me, it's over, dog. It's a wrap.
I see. I don't even know what that means. I have to figure out what that happens. You guys are talking about your favorite games and stuff. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I need to know about that. Wow. Yeah, but Magic looks great, and this is looks like this is who's this? This is one of my guys here. This is J. Scott Campbell. J. Scott Campbell doing the A cover here. I love his style, man. And then there's the Brooks animated style. Mark Brooks. Is she going to be in the animated series, or are they just kind of feeling it out to see if we have interest in a Magic animated series?
Mark Brooks. Nice.
This is the 1 in 100. This is the 1 in 100 Pablo Villalobos.
Yeah, Mike DeBradley. That's a horrible thing, dog. It's like when all that lust is drained out of you and you return to the real world.
Yes, that's that's bad news right there.
Nerd clarity. I haven't hit post nerd clarity yet. I'm still nerding.
Me too. That when you what did I just buy?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, post nerd clarity. Actually, that works. Actually,
yeah. Oh, did I buy this? What am I thinking? I spent what on this? Oh man, just a peach.
Or when I get a huge TFAW pre-order and I go through it and I put it in my CLZ and I'm like, well, all right, that's post nerd. There's post nerd clarity right there.
That happened.
Yep. Into the pile.
Look at this guitar that she got with the spine, the spine and the wow, that's interesting right there. That's why I like design variants, man. That's pretty badass, huh? I don't know what that character is, but you say Socket something, or what's the name of the character? Does she have the character's name in there? I don't see it. Looks pretty awesome. Yeah, but I love magic covers, but I have not read one of the books yet. So sue me. See you in court. I've not not read one of my lover covers. It was great on the cover. What else we got? Psylocke is good for some good covers too. Geiger number 11. Are you
Excited
caught
for
up on
that
Geiger?
one.
Geiger?
I am caught up.
Mm.
Geiger has become a book that I read immediately as soon as I get it. Especially now, as we're starting to get like Junkyard Joe is showing up. We met the glowing woman, so like there's some really exciting stuff going on in Geiger. So yeah, I read that one immediately.
Oh, okay. I'm going to get caught up on Geiger again, man. I feel bad that I'm not already there. It was one of my. I mean, when it first came out, I was all of the miniseries. I was all over it. It was great.
It was for the longest time my favorite Ghost Machine book, but right now Rook is slightly ahead of it, just slightly.
Just a little bit. Ultimate Aquaman is coming very soon, but this is not him.
Willie, what up, Willie? Thanks for joining us, homie.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, you know, stick around long enough, we'll be here. Yeah, just to send you off to Sleepy Town, Willie. We're definitely here for you. And thanks for stopping by.
Willie, don't do it, man. Not with that money.
Hey. What else is worth checking out? Spider Boy is plugging along. Not high on the order list like it used to be, but it's like Spider Girl is triumphant. You know, pigtails and all.
Feral, that's a book I'm behind on. I need to catch up.
Way behind on that. Much as we love cats, way behind on Feral. I think it's just kind of, if you do love cats, it's kind of a tough book to read too, because like so many bad things happen to them. You know, it's just like, you know, so many feral cats out there. We feel bad for them, man. So we let our little girl in a couple of weeks ago, and she's gonna no longer be out there in the cold. Man, I pray for all the little kitties out there that people let go outside on purpose. Like, bring them inside, man. Domestic cats were not meant to go in and out and come back. There's too many predators.
Moon is Falling 6 issues in. I should probably I pulled that series, but I haven't even read it yet. I should work on that.
I read the first one. I heard it got better after the first one, so I might trade it and just see if it's I'm sure it's. I mean, the art is great because Daniel Warren Johnson's doing it, and he's maybe writing it too, right?
I think he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Black Lightning, Cable Love, and Chrome. Is Rob Liefeld writing that one? No. Good. All right, Bug Wars. This looked interesting. This was definitely a candidate for said penultimate book. But
yeah, I'm on that one. I'm excited about that one. I love the cover. I love the concept. So I hope it's good, but I'm definitely in on it.
Slade Slaymaker. Now there's a name for you right there. Is a kid from Alabama. Hey, Willie, shout out. Suddenly lost in a vicious world beyond his imagining. A world of marauding ant armies, spell-casting spider witches, and beetle-riding barbarians. Man, a kingdom of tiny but deadly warriors hidden in his own backyard. The same world that saw his father eaten alive by insects now plunges young Slade into the middle of a brutal bug war to decide the fate of his family. And Jason Aaron's writing it, okay, and Mahmoud Asar is the artist on this. This looks good. 49 book, 48 pages.
I'm pulling this one. I pre-ordered all the covers from T-Fall too.
Oh, you got the peach one too?
Yeah, you damn right I did.
Yeah, the peach one looks good. Yeah, this is the trade dress. I think there's like a incentive one also. That's the 1 in 100. That's probably a lot of reach.
Yeah, I didn't pull the incentives, but I did get that blank.
Yeah, but this is one of Peach's better covers here. Another very talented artist. 1 in 50, Matthias Vergara. It's kind of cool. You imagine your father is eaten alive by insects. That's some horrifying.
Could you imagine a huge praying mantis like that? Those things are vicious, dog. That would be terrifying.
Oh my God! They use them. They have them like cockfights in some countries. Like they have a praying mantis. Like remember Enter the Dragon? They had these praying mantis fights. Remember that scene?
Those things are terrifying. Being smaller than one of those things would be a nightmare.
Okay, they had some. I think it was some science fiction movie from the 50s or maybe early 60s called the praying mantis, and it was as you might imagine. Pretty
Fill with the obligatory Soylent Green is people.
If we don't get one of those per show, then I feel cheated. Thank you, Phil. Starship Troopers. Oh my God, yeah. That was a giant buggy thing, right? It was.
I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add that book to I'm gonna add that movie to my to-do list. I've never actually seen it.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Soylent Green.
No, the Starship Troopers.
Oh, Starship Troopers. That's Denise Richards is in that. I was going to say Charlie Sheen's ex, Denise Richards. I think she's in there too. And I remember parts of her being in there, and I think there was a locker room scene where she was changing clothes in there with everybody else, and it's just a whole thing just to get Denise Richards topless or something like that. So yeah.
Oh, I miss Phantom Beat sneaking in here. What's up, Phantom Beat?
Them, yes, them. Them is another good one. Yes, the giant creature movie.
So we're sticking with the Boo Kitty name. Is that what we're doing? Just to confirm, is that what we're?
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
I like it. I've come around to it.
Yes, sir, Bob. Okay, I keep saying that like some old ass thing. Lucky Devils #2. You get a chance to read #1 yet? Anyone?
No, I'm letting that one stack a bit. But I'm definitely in on it. I'm pulling it.
Yeah, after the 8 billion genies, how can you not?
Yeah, I read 8 billion genies in 8 issues. I did not read that one until it was done, and I enjoyed it a lot. I love I've said it before, but I love the heart in that 8 billion genies book. So.
Yes. I feel we saw them over the course of a week during our lunch breaks in middle school. Awesome. Still a good movie. It holds up over time, I think.
I somehow missed that there was a Sam Wilson Captain America series. I did not catch that. Yeah.
I thought that was this is probably the second one. I remember you pulling one before, right? But it was a mini series.
Yes. It wasn't Sam Wilson Captain America. It was called some Symbol of Truth or something like that.
Right.
But this is volume 2, I think, of Sam Wilson Captain America. But yeah, I might have to go back and I don't know. Maybe I'll leave off of it, but I might try and catch up on that one.
Movie's coming up pretty soon. I don't know if I'm excited about that one. I wish this Cap would have taken the Super Soldier Serum series, Super Soldier Serum, because I just feel like Cap's got to have the Super Soldier Serum. You know what I mean? Plus, you got the Falcon wings. That's fine too. That's just a bonus. You know, but those Falcon wings not gonna, if they get busted, which I'm sure they're gonna get in the fight with the Hulk, with the Red Hulk. You know.
Yeah, honestly, he makes less sense to me without the serum. You know.
Yeah, and for what reason? I just don't want to take it. I want to do it. Why? Why'd you turn it down, man? Jeez.
Yeah.
You know,
the original RoboCop is a great movie. Such a good movie.
Yeah. The original one, yeah. Thank you, citizen. Yeah, I mean the Captain America series, I did like it a lot. Two things I didn't like about it is that he didn't take the Super Soldier Serum, and number one is that, and number two is that he made that speech at the end.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That terrible speech. I hated that speech. I really hated that speech.
I was waiting for somebody to say, "Shut the fuck up, Cap."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I didn't like that speech at all. I did like that series though.
I did too. And the best part about it is the blood on the shield scene where Johnny
Walker,
Johnny Walker just kills a civilian while everybody watches on with their phones. There's blood on the shield, and he stands like he did something great. You know, that was a defining moment of a villain right there, of a definitely a marginal character, you know, like definitely not a white hat hero. And then
I
I
also love the end when he walks out in the U.S. agent suit. That was awesome.
Yeah, yes. And they brought on Val. You know, they brought on Valentina. Those are great moments. And also the Isaiah Bradley, bringing out the truth in red, white, and black. Those are the best parts of that series. If not for that, you ruined it all with the speech. Just made the speech and this all went to hell.
Yeah, very preachy, Phantom. And cheesy. It was just cheesy, you know.
I don't think Steve Rogers would even say that. He's the squarest guy in the Marvel universe. Like, what are you doing? What? Who wrote that? Whoever wrote that, don't do that again. Please don't do that again. All right. That being said, I've got that off my chest finally. It's been bugging me for a while. Now, I'm hearing that Flash Gordon is very good for Mad K. I know the first issue, and I'm so far behind on it. I've got numbers 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Apparently, I need to read. Need to find out where these books are going. I'm hearing Flash Gordon is good. Space Ghost is good, both of which I'm behind on. So I need to catch up on those books. But the art is fantastic. I know that. And the first issue was pretty well. They say it all ended in cliffhangers the way the old serials did in the old days of Flash Gordon. So yeah.
Flash.
We're gonna wrap up Where Monsters Lie, the second arc. I caught up on that over the weekend too, so I'm current on that miniseries.
I'm pretty sure I'm caught up on that one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, this one is another. Can you imagine how? I mean, I know that the Spidey 129 is, of course, without saying it's a key, is like duh. But how much it costs? That's cost as much as, man, a car, between a expensive car and a house. A high grade copy of 129 is super expensive. So I would love to have like a really good facsimile. I hope they, good one without the barcode on the front. Thank you. Get rid of that damn barcode, and you can put the actual price on it. Not the actual price, but the original price on it. That'd be awesome too. But I know they won't do it. Other than that, it's the closest I'm gonna get to a 129. Unlikely. The Hive. The Hive was definitely a contender for the penultimate book, but alas, I couldn't find a panel of artwork on this, let alone a trailer. Mason Shaw is a no one, a worker bee. All that changes when he crosses paths with a few stragglers, trying to stay one step ahead of a queen with immense powers, who is determined to control her hive, no matter who she has to kill. Welcome to the Hive. I'm not really familiar with their creative team, but it looks interesting. I mean, bees as bullets, or at least as casings. It's interesting. Only 2 covers. Follow the comics I will buy based on the cover alone. Much like I am Professor Sleepless. I buy so many books based on just that alone. It's got me in trouble. But if I didn't buy it just for the cover, I'd probably be in trouble. All right, but this was definitely a contender, but it wasn't the winner. So I'm thinking that we're getting pretty doggone close to that time. I think so. Okay, Those Not Afraid. Okay, did I talk about that? I probably maybe talked about that on a What's Good a while back. Those Not Afraid is these 2 serial killers that are having a contest to see who can have the highest body count, and this young lady here with the Afro puffs, so elegantly portrayed by Glenn Fabry. She's like a podcaster, and she's kind of following the case. That was a very good first issue, so I recommend that. And the Unbeing is also coming up with another series. How many Punishers are there? My goodness! Right, Dick Tracy, Valentine's Day special, another Mad Cave book that I got to catch up on. Also, is very good, very very good. Gesundheit. All right. Exiles, the first issue it was all right. Absolute Batman #1, 5th printing. I think I might get this one because it got the red cover. For some reason, I'm drawn to that.
I love that Zdarsky. That Zdarsky cover where he's
is he embracing Batman? I love you, Batman.
Well, it's embracing himself as Batman. That's pretty funny. And it says chip on chip on chip. I like that.
Yeah. Let's talk about self-love, huh? What's this here? Mike. Yeah, but Sam's suit, okay, is what made okay. Well, that helps. Okay. So he's got a good armor. All right, that's at least gotta have that. At least he's got that. So I'll give him that, but take the serum, man. Somehow you gotta take that serum. All right, so now it's time, folks, finally for the Penultimate Book. So let's check that out and see what the hell I picked. I don't remember. Now, it is time for the Penultimate Book. And this week, actually, that book is called Mine is a Long, Lonesome Grave. What's up, T? Oh, my God. My guy. Thomas, what's up, Thomas? TN Comedy.
What up, homie?
Absolutely. And like I said, nobody is making trailers. I mean, I don't see that many. Maybe it's just a lot of work to make. I can attest to that. But it really helps your book if you can get that out there, and people respond to a video as more than they do anything else. So just the word out there, creators. I know it's a little tough to get them made, but please make them. It makes my life a little bit easier too. So all I was able to find was a couple of guys online talking about it. This is the guys they were talking about. I put a link to their YouTube down in the description. So here's them talking about it in portrait.
So what is it that you guys think is so off-putting about folk magic? Because like regular magic that we all have come to like know is a lot brighter, I feel, than folk magic, and folk magic just has this like creepier vibe to it.
It's funny, I have another book out, Zero Ghost, which is also literally criminals and magic, but it is the complete opposite approach. It is the much brighter, much more rules bound RPG kind of version of magic. So, the essence of folk magic typically in the real world is kind of entreating with spirits and making bargains and asking for boons from this sort of unseen, unknown, and often very capricious world that exists around us, this sort of spirit world. And I think that adds a sort of inherent darkness to it. It's unpredictable, I think is the way. Like, it is not a rules-based thing. It is a negotiation, and it is a negotiation with something you can't understand and can easily destroy you.
I love that explanation.
Come on, Sorge.
The fellow with the neck beard there, as you might guess, is the creator of the series, who also wrote The Strange Talent of Luther Strode, which I did like a lot. That would be Justin Jordan. So from that gentleman, Eisner and Harvey Award nominated writer Justin Jordan, don't get it twisted, and artist Chris Sheehan comes Maya's along Lonesome Grave, and it's a brass knuckled gut punch of revenge horror torn from the forgotten corners of Appalachia, where magic and murder go hand in hand. Harley Creed is a bad man, and not in a good way. He used to be worse, a violent ex-con with a string of brutal crimes in his past. He only wanted one thing when he finally walked free from prison. You know what that is? To leave Briar Falls, West Virginia behind and disappear forever. That's not asking too much. But Harley's hometown has a strange way of swallowing people whole. Call it a consequence of the low-level folk magic that has permeated its darker corners for generations. And now that Harley has returned, pent-up violence for his past crimes is about to come roaring back. Somebody has put a hex on him, and Harley has 7 days before he dies in twisted, screaming agony. To reverse it, Harley must find and kill his unseen enemy before their curse can reap its terrible end. But in Briar Falls, there is no shortage of suspects, and Harley is coming for all of them. And if he can't have peace, at least he can have revenge. I'll settle for revenge. Thank you very much. Peace, revenge. I don't know. So yeah, tough call. What do we got here? I got B. Matthew Roberts is cover B here. Oh, that's not his name. Cover B from Matthew Roberts. I'm tired, y'all. Maya's a long, lonesome grave here. Oh, look at that. It's like these railroad nails in the skull. That's always a bad time. Who else we got? Kelsey Ramsey. Yeah, I mean, am I the first? I mean, I'm not really up on folk magic so much. You familiar with that?
No.
As opposed to rock magic or country magic or I don't know or rap magic. I don't know. I'm stretching it. Jason Alexander's 150. I guess the these nails play a huge part in the story because they are definitely heavily featured. And this is from Oni Press. Oni Press got some good stuff going out there now too. So that's it. That's your Maya's a long, lonesome grave. Talking about folk magic from West Virginia.
Penultimate.
There you go. You're welcome. All right, coming on down the list. Oh, what happened there? Whoa, spooky boys and girls, spooky wookie. I went way down the list here. Oh yeah, here we go.
You can see it. It's electric. Woogie.
Woojay. That's this thing. Cam Girl was interesting too. It's by the same woman who wrote Red Light about the AI sex worker. But I did like that series. It's a one shot though. It's couldn't find a bit of artwork for it. Cam Girl from AWA. So shout out AWA. Hope you guys are able to survive and what is it? What's that company that bit the dust over the weekend?
Blood Moon Comics.
Blood Moon.
They were publishing our guest Parker Newman, City of Demons, which looked like a really cool book. But yeah, they folded up. You can't see their Instagram page anymore. Parker Newman is looking for new space. We suggested Kickstarter, but if you're a publisher out there looking for a great concept, he's very far along. He already has art. Take a look at Parker's stuff. City of Demons on Instagram, man. Looking for new publishing.
It is Demons. I mean, if that doesn't work out, I'm sure he can get a Kickstarter going and get funded because he's got a really good story. He's got stuff already done. And that's a big plus right there.
And I told him, man, I will do what I can to promote it for sure.
Likewise. It's Jeff again, second printing. And I got that book somewhere, I think. It's probably cooled off a little bit now.
Not yet, actually. I don't think it has, not yet. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have the first appearance, man, and I want to sell it because it's going for a stupid amount of money, but I have every West Coast Avenger ever, and I don't want to break my run.
Oh, Okay.
I'm a run collector above all. So
run.
I can't break my run.
Yeah. So I think I guess witchy. Yeah, I think that they use like actual things like potions and stuff like that. Don't you know?
My name is Jeff.
Yeah. And is the fourth printing coming out too? What about the third? We skip over that one too? Huh? What's the story with that?
What's the story with that? Is that your Seinfeld voice?
What is the deal with the fifth printing and the second printing coming out at the same time?
What is the deal?
Flavor Girls, boom, return to the mothership. I don't know about that.
I might have to grab that second printing of Geiger.
Who was that? Is that the glowing woman?
That's the glowing woman. Yes,
glowing woman.
She's super interesting to me. I'm excited to find out more about her.
Because you can see her legs. She's super
not because I think she's hot, but because I think she's interesting. Come on, guys.
Oh, I know. How foolish of me to say that thing.
Yeah, dude, I would never.
I know, right? The Lucky Devil's second printing of Maria Wolf cover. I would get that just because I like Maria Wolf's work.
Yeah, I think I might get that too, actually. I like that.
Yep. The last thing we'll take a look at is this one here, which is American Nature. American Nature Presents, actually. This is from Greg and Fake, who do one of my favorite books, The Santos Sisters. And this is actually a newsprint magazine featuring stunning black and white comics by Greg and Fake, Nick Pyle, and more. A perfect introduction to the vibrant world of indie comics for those seeking something fresh and exciting.
We can't see it.
Oh, okay. You see it now?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's all they have on it. But yeah, I got the first issue of that. They sent it to me. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. And it's very cool. It's kind of like it has like fan stuff in there. It's in black and white on newsprint, as God intended. But it has a lot of stuff like illustrations that you might not see in the other books that are running, like the Santos Sisters. So there's original content in there, and it's good for indie comics, and it's from Floating World Comics, which is doing the Lord's work and putting out some really good indie books out there. And I think they're coming from Portland, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I am.
Wow, 80s guy, hell yeah, that's the dream right there, brother.
What is that?
I'm assuming he's saying he hit a 5-teamer parlay and made $634 gambling, which booyah, very cool.
Drinks on you.
I'm jealous. I'm trying to win like that.
Yeah. Thanks, Willie. It does. That's what I thought it was. I still have the first issue, and then that's what I let it take two. That's why I understood it to be. So, yeah, it is getting better, isn't it? And there's another one of those books you don't have to read it in sequential order, but it's still great, And it's like this whole Archie-esque thing that's like totally for adults, and it's just awesome. So you need to be buying Santos Sisters and pick up this American Nature book too if you like them. So there you have it. And there you go. That's pretty much all we got, folks. Did we come to a conclusion here? The ride has come to a stop. So it's
very cool.
Yes. Thanks for staying with us, and thanks for everyone who stopped by, everyone who's watching on the replay. Thanks to our guest Alan Wu. Next week, we're going to have another guest. It's going to be Alfred Page and his folks who are making this new book. So, man, everything's coming up roses. Thanks there, Thomas. Yes. We love you. And what do you got going on, my son?
Well, before we do that, if you made it this far, make sure that you like the stream, guys. We appreciate you coming through and liking the stream. We're fighting that algorithm, and every little bit helps. So thank you for that. And if you're not subbed, why aren't you subbed? If you're still here, you should be subbed. We got Lorenzo pushing towards 2,000 subscribers, so every little bit helps. So like the stream, sub up, tell your friends about it, push this one out. We got some great indie comic book stuff going on over here. So share it out and do what you can. We appreciate it so much. But me, Monday nights with JP, we took this week off. JP was recovering from surgery, but we will be back for another issue or episode of Cash or Trash, where we may not know what we're talking about, but we still have fun doing it. We have Tuesday night FOC and chill. If you tune in to last night's episode, it was a hot one. People were coming out the woodwork because we had a little bit of drama. And anytime we have drama on FOC and chill, there's more people coming and more views coming. And I might have played it up a little bit. I let loose a few F-bombs. My mom called me today and said, well, you know, she was there in the chat last night. So we talked today. She was like, there's a lot of she said the F-bombs were flying, son. I was like, I'm sorry, Mom. You weren't supposed to be there, Mom. What were you doing? So anyway, check it out. I'm almost 400 views on last night's episode, so that one's popping off. And if you want to see me go off the deep end, it's there for you. And then, of course, back here next week, Wednesday night, another episode of New Comic Book Day with my comic book dad, Lorenzo.
Man,
3 years. Wow.
3 years. 3 happy years, man. I just can't believe it's been so awesome, man.
I appreciate you letting me tag along. It's been one of the coolest things I get to do.
I appreciate you for tagging, my son. So I appreciate that 100%. So thanks to everybody, and God willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll be back again next week, and I can't wait for it. So until then, folks, peace and love. Go Chiefs, go Lions, go Bears, go everybody, and good night, y'all. Good night, everybody.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.